Okay, what's up, guys? I'm gonna quickly help Drago with his specific defense that he has asked me for. I think I'm just gonna do it in a video, so maybe some of you guys can take a quick tip in regards to this. Um, okay, yeah, hexadecimal defense actually looks pretty good. Okay, so first of all, I'm not sure maybe how much this actually works. This has actually never bothered me, and I don't really see the real good point of only placing one champion in a default team. That actually means that just the enemy team only has 5 to 24,000 damage. Instead, actually, one can actually move one of those champions up into a team. Actually, will just up the resources they will need to use. So, I mean, if it's going, if the 10,000 instead will up into 34,000, so they will actually need a stronger team to use to beat through that defense. In regards to what I've earlier said on my previous video regarding defenders, um, especially with war defense, if you would add a um, a Miss Marvel to the defenders team, is we can always shift the point of attack that they're attacking with. So it's actually pretty good to actually add her. Also, they take Punisher out at Miss Marvel and then add Daredevil. I did see you have also Daredevil. Spider-Man can actually go to Venom's side. And again, yeah, there's a lot of single people going into team. I don't think that's in any way beneficial. I mean, if the enemy actually just sees they only need to beat a 20k team, it's similar to a 17k team. So it's really not going to actually work. Either just keep them on attack or just maybe combine them, and then they will actually need to use larger teams instead of just a team to beat the 24k team. I actually also actually still wanted to change this same way I've recommended it. I think I'm gonna just edit mine to add my Miss Marvel also. Yeah, where is she? Might take the power a bit down, um, but again, if Luke Cage hasn't taunted yet and they start attacking all the others, she will start to taunt and she has a deflect. Um, and then as soon as Luke Cage can either give the defense up or to his taunts, it will always just mess up the enemy team. So it's actually a good defense, an automated defense, since you can't control your team actually that much, the ones you are playing up against. So this is a good tip to actually do. If I can show you guys with my defenses, so I can actually add a few more teams in here, just to give them a bit of a more hard time. Teams that I actually really don't play with. But instead of just adding one, just add actually either a full team or, I mean, otherwise you're actually really just wasting that team to sit there. Let's just quickly see one of the lower people. Let me just not put in a mercenary team because I don't really actually play with them at all during the game. I do use the Merc Lieutenant a lot, so I'm not going to place him in. I'm just going to add these ones. So I guess almost 80k power team, so I can actually add that. Got those. Hmm, who do I want to add more? My small little rockets or something. But yeah, okay. So Drago, I think you've got some idea of what you can do. Just try to combine those teams. For anybody else who is also still doing this, I don't myself recommend people doing that. So best to actually just stick with either full teams or, I mean, it will make their job just a little bit harder. I'm actually going to put McGraviton. I haven't actually leveled all of them up yet. Actually, that monstrosity is still at 4,000. That's 3,000. I'm gonna make sure I level them up before the next war starts. Actually, where's the infector? I actually want that infector. Do I have that infector? Ugh. He still needs to have a lot of leveling up, so I'm not going to add him just yet. Um, but they're a pretty strong team. Actually, one of the strongest teams at the moment. If you guys have the extra resources and you have Graviton already, maybe start building. Okay, that is that for now. Um, Also, just a quick tip on the war, guys, in regards to how we're always setting the targets. I just quickly want to go through a few things. I think most of you guys already know it. So, for instance, the armory, okay, we actually do need, there is no defense on our armory. We actually need to place a few defenses on here for the fact that it gives our attacking players, it gives them 20 max health, damage, and armor resistance and focus. So that's the people we attack with, and so this is supposed to be actually doing. Um, we shouldn't be actually keeping it there. So I'm going to let's put it over there. I think I'm gonna add the engineering applies a defense up to any adjacent rooms. So if I place engineering actually right next to it, it will actually apply a defense up to whoever is defending it. So I think if I can just actually, maybe I'm going to move Kid Shampoo actually over to there because flight deck isn't actually that important. Um, Similarly to the med bay, it's our people who is in defense. It will have 40% max health added to it. But as soon as they destroy it, we lose that bonus. So also in that same way, if we are attacking, we find armory or the med bay, we actually do attack. It's really fast. Cargo bay, like I've said, most of the times it's actually not that much of a high priority target, as it only applies the 8 positive effects to the defending allies that is inside the room. So it doesn't apply to. It's not a global effect. So this is just a great defensive tool because they're getting 8 positive effects. So it does mean that the enemy will need to burn a bit more resources in regards to team power to be beating those teams. Similarly, we will be wasting much more resources if it's not a default shield team that is defending there. So I normally try to steer clear unless it's, I mean, it's an easy 50 points to get out of it, but I normally don't bother that much with it. It's almost like a flight deck or something. That security, I do believe that also just gives defense down to the attacking enemy. So every time we attack, you can see you have defense down. You're starting with that. As soon as we blow up security, we won't actually have that defense down. It will just make attacking for us also real easier. Reactor, it's only also the current room that it applies that to. The disrupt, so you start them as with disrupt. Actually, any other champion who gives out buffs actually greatly reduces its potential to actually do something good. Like Luke Cage, he can't keep the defense up to his allies when they are attacking. So anybody with a buff clear is actually real good for attacking in these rooms. Oh, it's a nice actually aim team day 2 sets. Yeah, so if you guys got any more questions regarding setting up defenses, yeah, please try to combine those players and let's make a bit stronger defense if possible. If you have the availability, I know a lot of you don't have the availability with the big rosters. Otherwise, yeah, do your best.